Tyler Technologies understands that your court may spend a great deal of time and resources supporting pro se litigants. That's why we've developed Odyssey Guide File, a suite of tools developed to provide access to justice for all constituents, especially those that cannot afford an attorney. Utilize Guide File tools to lead self-represented litigants through the process of completing forms and filing cases, such as divorces, evictions, or small claims, without having to visit the courthouse and wait in long lines.
If someone comes looking for some help, we triage them. We see that they need a form for a small claims action or a divorce. We take them to the interview. They very quickly are able to fill it out or go get the help that they need if they can't, and that they seamlessly are able to e-file the forms that they fill out and walk away without having to visit the courthouse or our court assistant's offices or anything. So the vision that you have is a good one.
Guide File enables non-technical court staff to author self-guided interviews with associated help content, enabling courts to better serve the needs of this growing group of pro se filers. The authoring tool enables content creators to draft and manage interview components, informative content, legal PDF forms, and author interviews. This user-friendly publishing tool lets you leverage existing questions and content, allowing interviews to be produced in a week. Interviews can then be published and accessed from your website, providing flexibility for self-represented litigants to complete anytime, from anywhere. Authoring Guide File interviews can be divided into 3 activities: authoring interviews, authoring informative content, and updating forms. Tyler's Interview Builder and Content Management tools enable these activities, allowing non-technical court users to develop their own interviews with little to no training. Everyone from lawyers to judges to self-help center staff members currently author interviews, which are utilized by individuals to submit legal filings. Basic interviews can be authored in hours, while more complex interviews may take up to a few weeks to author. Tyler Interview Builder is a web-based application used to create a series of pages with questions that the filer will access in the form of an interview. To get started, authors can either create a new interview or copy an existing interview. Authors can quickly add pages and questions to their interviews with the click of a button. Previously created interviews, pages, and questions are available for reuse, which helps expedite the authoring process. Interview authors can easily add branching logic that will direct filers to additional pages or questions based on their previous answers. Once the author has completed adding pages and questions to their interview, they can preview their work prior to publishing. Informative content includes definitions, explanations, and frequently asked questions that provide filers additional information as they progress through the interview. The Tyler Content Tool is utilized to create and manage informative content for filing interviews. Our clients manage their own libraries of reusable content, which they can choose to share across jurisdictions. This content can include text, links to websites, images, and even videos. New content items can be created in 5 quick and simple steps. First, select New, then Interview. Then add a title and description to your content. Create a unique identifier, also known as a tag, and publish your content. Now that the content items have been added to the library with unique tag names, authors can go back into the Interview Builder to add references to the content where it will be of most help to the filers. Assistive content can be added to a question, a page, or even to the interview.
I've been using Guide File now, learning it and learning all about it, developing interviews for several months, and I'm very excited about it. It's intuitive in terms of developing the questions. I don't believe it requires a high level of technology to create interviews. It allows us to structure the interviews and the content that people need. And the interactive interview does so many great things for courts. It not only helps people fill the form out, it screens people who shouldn't be filling the form out. What's very impressive to me is I think anybody that's kind of a user of Excel or Word or PowerPoint, that kind of thing, can spend not very much time and learn how to use this interview builder.
With Odyssey Guide File, you can create and manage interviews easily, reduce time and resources supporting pro se litigants, extend the business rules of the court, integrate seamlessly with e-filing, leverage community assets to accelerate interview development, and foster collaboration and information sharing among courts. Developed with the objective of helping courts expand access to justice, Odyssey Guide File provides a web application for self-represented litigants to generate and e-file their legal documents. Odyssey Guide File takes individuals through an interview step-by-step, collecting only the information relevant to their needs. They don't have to be an attorney or even have knowledge of the law in order to complete their divorce, eviction, or other case filing with Guide File. Self-represented litigants can simply complete the interview, generate forms, and submit the filing either electronically, at the counter, or via mail. To get started, filers are provided informative content that defines legal terminology, answers common questions, and lists resources where more information and legal aid may be found. Qualifying questions may be presented to guide the user down the appropriate path based upon their responses, including ending the interview if they do not meet any prerequisite filing criteria. Filers have the option to self-register and create an account at any point within their interview, which allows them to save their work and resume their interview at a later date. An interview consists of a progressive series of questions organized in a way that leads the filer down the correct path based on their previous responses. Natural language, rather than complex legal terminology, makes the interview easy to understand. Information is collected once and generated in all required places on all relevant documents, eliminating repetitive data entry and minimizing the chance of errors. Only after all required information is collected will individuals have the option of filing their documents, preventing submission of incomplete information. Question-specific assistive information can be displayed in line with the interview question, while page-level assistive information can be displayed in the column on the right-hand side of the page. At any time during the interview, the filer can return directly to a previous page using the Go-To bar at the bottom of the screen. Filers may verify their existing case style and pre-populate known information, such as party names and filing location. Once the individual has completed the interview, their responses are used to generate the set of documents required for that filing. The filer then has the ability to review each document to ensure it is correct and accurate. Once the filer reviews each document, they have the option to return to the interview to change any of their responses, download and print their documents, or file electronically. If the individual opts to file electronically, any related fees are calculated and payment is collected if a fee waiver was not provided. If a payment is required, the credit card information will be collected at this time. Selecting the File Electronically button sends the documents and case data to Odyssey File and Serve, and the filing is added to the review queue for processing by the court.
One of the best comments from a lady at that time was, it was so easy a child could do it. That is exactly the goal that we're aiming for. And it was particularly effective or insightful coming from this person because she was not technologically advanced or not used to using a computer at all. And a good example, one of the reasons we know that is because she said that, but also because at the end of the interview it urges the person to close out the screen, and it says click on the little X in the corner, and she didn't know how to do that. She hadn't done that before.
Odyssey Guide File is flexible. You can complete and file forms online anywhere, anytime, and it's easy to use, utilizing standard court forms and providing only relevant information. Guide File can be utilized as a standalone application. However, full value is realized when it is utilized with Odyssey File and Serve to validate case numbers and provide a seamless end-to-end paperless filing solution for courts and the people they serve. This translates to a greater number of filings entering the court electronically and eliminates the need for paper. The clerk reviews the filing, and case information is populated into the case management system, allowing both the court and the filer to remain informed. Odyssey Guide File. Now you can save time, reduce resource costs, and allow your self-represented litigants to file easily, anytime, from anywhere.